Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as the Socialist Republic of Italia. Now, last time we were here together, well, we've had a glorious string of victories for the revolutions. We've had Indochina liberated, the Nanjing nationalist government established and having beat back the remnants of the League of Eight Provinces. We have the Australasians having survived their invasion from their former British occupiers. Currently, we are working on... did these guys on this before? I forget. We're working on liberating the Spanish proletariat in the meanwhile. We're also looking down the barrel of a workers' congress in America kicking off, the Second American Civil War in general kicking off. So we're sitting back and going to see how that ends up going. Probably not well for anyone involved, but hopefully it'll work out better for us. Meanwhile, let's get this shit started, shall we? Anyhow, I am going to go ahead and, on pause. Get some more reinforcements here. That'd be good. We have our old friends in the cunt fi doing stuff. Oh, well, look at that. The 1937 Workers' Olympiad. I'm looking at their focus tree real quick. Today, the 1937 International Workers' Olympiad has been opened in Birmingham. Let's go ahead. First off, before I get distracted, let's get... I could have sworn you were already in charge of something, Giovanni, but I guess not. We'll get these guys on the front lines of the Italian Republic, because somewhere in all the volunteer excitement, I forgot that we need to defend our borders still. Anyway, now that we got that sorted, the Workers' Olympiad is open in Birmingham. The ceremony was attended by dignitaries and athletes from the entire socialist world after a parade throughout the whole city. A mass gymnastics event followed that ended up drawing a crowd of tens of thousands of people. Over the next few days, athletes, both local and from abroad, will participate in countless events such as athletics, cycling, and football. Organized by the Socialist Workers Sports International, the IWO is conceived as the antithesis of the bourgeois Olympic Games, where theirs are a showcase of elitist competition. Our games are based... They're also based on mass participation and friendship between our peoples. That difference in conception has sure shown its effects in the attendance numbers. What a glorious day for the working man. That sounds kind of lame, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big Olympics fan, but I kind of like paying attention. And it's fun for the competition side of things. But, yeah, what are you going to do? When does this kick off? We need more manpower in the field before we can begin the Resorgamiento, which makes sense. How's our construction doing? It's coming along. We should get working on more military factories as well. So we'll work on stuff in our industrial heartland over here. There we go. Meanwhile, let's check in on our anarchist troops. See if we can't push over the river a little bit. Egyptian crisis in Quebec. Let's head over here. That doesn't seem to be much of a attack. Okay. We got our Marines. We need anti-tank to research. Work on interwar artillery in the meanwhile as well. these guys attack into us, and then we can do a little counteroffensive. Do we want to push for Madrid? How close is each side to capitulating? The kingdom is very close. The Carlists aren't even remotely. It might be... Well... Well, which side are you on, boys? I know what side I'm on. For the purposes of the roleplay, of course. We'll send a Tilio out. There goes New England. Oh, the 1936-37 Series A finale for the Italian Football League Championship has reached the last round, Torino playing against Bologna. The Bulls against the Greyhounds. Bologna is a clear favorite to win, as they are the current reigning champions. However, the Torino team this year is playing strong. Who shall win the champions this year? Who shall win indeed? Alright, we could foster innovation. Probably take a look down here as well to figure out what we want to do. We can do battleships or the battle line. Basic heavy ships or armored cruisers. Could work down to here as well. Similarly, radio, interwar artillery. Could work on howitzer standardization to help for artillery. So let's do that. The number of different types of field guns in the armed forces is raising stranding supply lines by creating a standard for howitzer barrels standard for howitzer barrels and ammunition. These parts will be easier to both supply and replace. The Greyhounds remain the champions. It was a close match, but Bologna won with a score of 2-1, remaining as the reigning champions of the Italian league. Naturally, the city of Bologna is celebrating their victory. We'll get on the Greyhounds, I suppose. There's old Jack Reed. Not looking too hot. With all the delegates in London, the 10th Congress of the International begins with a speech by Comrade Eric Blair. The so-called sword speech, he underlined the needs for the International to double its efforts towards forging the Damocles, a weapon capable of destroying the reactionaries across the world once and for all. Bravo, Comrade Blair. It's Orson Welles, right? Eric Blair. Anyway, Benito Mussolini unveiled the opening of Cinecittà today outside the city of Florence. Cinecittà was planned by numerous architects to be less of a film studio and more of a small cinema city. Mussolini himself was quoted saying during the opening of the studio, "Cinema is the most powerful weapon against capitalism." Many aspiring filmmakers are already speaking with the unions of the area to see about producing films there, while some are already claiming it the Hollywood on the Arno. Well, as we said, cinema's the most powerful weapon against the capitalismo. If there are any Italians still watching after all these terrible pronunciations, I applaud you. What do we want to do? Not too set on any of those, actually. So let's move on. 10th International Congress. Our anarchist volunteers. What are you guys doing? Let's push you into Madrid. Yeah. With the American question settled, Ernest Hemingway, the Workers' Congress of America's delegate to Congress, took the stage. He thanked those who supported the American cause and called on the socialist world to constantly battle the reactionaries. The speech was met with great applause, especially by the French delegation. A great speech, I'm sure. Let's push more up here. And these guys have made it to Philly. Can we just push through here and take Maryland? Crisis on the Danube. Okay. Not Italy. Hawaii is free. Looks like they're joining the international. There we go. With all important decisions made during the first week, Congress has moved on to less pressing matters. After 10 days of negotiations, discussions, and politicking, the delegates came up with one final act. Declaration of Eternal Brotherhood and readiness to face imperialists wherever they are to be found. Proletari deduti I passe unaveti. Alright, let's do... We have anti-tank we should get working towards as well. Let's work on the cannonels. The anti-tank. Syndicalist revolutionaries in Switzerland. There we go. Let's see if we can't do a little bit of a push into there. Don't think we can quite yet. Samasa. That's our airline guys. Okay, let's do... ground attack with a little hit to production costs. This is the greatest absurdity of modern architecture. It is perpetuated by the greedy complicity of academics, internment camps for the intelligentsia, where the young are forced to recopy classical models onanistically instead of straining their imaginations to search for solutions to new and urgent problems. The futurist house and city. A house and city spiritually and materially our own, in which our riotous activity can rage without seeming a grotesque anachronism. So reads the Futurist Manifesto of Architecture. Futurism as an architectural movement has recently been highly popular among the FAR. Mussolini in particular is a noted patron of architects building in that style. The future is now. Can we push into Dover? I don't know if they have any, we can push these guys out. Is that an encirclement? I don't know if it's a proper encirclement. They might be able to sneak into Baltimore. Okay, what I'm going to do now, while I still have the opportunity, is there an advisor I want? Max, holy shit. Let's get, Alcesti Dumbrice in here. Alright. Lately, the Blackshires have increased their range of operations, launching actions against supposed subversive and anti-revolutionaries, with the clear intent of containing the power of the trade unions. As they are supported by the presidency, behind-the-scenes public security is unlikely to intervene against them. However, it appears union leadership is organizing a proletarian defense groups, which we may sponsor. This would effectively neuter the Blackshire offensive, but also be a whole bloody affair. There's nothing we can do. Give the PDA some more support, and all the while, these guys are just kind of plummeting in support, which is nice to see. Estonia's joined the Moscow Accord. Good for Estonia, I suppose. So is Latvia. Hungary's capitulated. Did they go... Which path did Austria go? They went the wholesome route. We're not going to see a total immolation. Which would be a shame. That would be very, very funny. How are you guys doing in America? Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what we can't push. The Rising Sun. Legation City's collapsed. Okay. Let's see if we can't do a little bit of encirclement into Virginia / West Virginia. Alright, let's select a national focus before we forget. We have more than 40% world tension, but we don't quite have the manpower ready. You know what? I've been pushing this off. I probably shouldn't have. Let's go ahead and foster innovation. Get that research speed bonus. We already own most of Italy's industrial base. What we lack in international support, we can make up for innovation. The brightest minds of the peninsula, of the world even, work for our government and will help the revolution. That's probably a fair shake. Get those guys cranked out. Icelandic independence. The Associazione Recreativa e Culturale Italiana, or the Italian Recreational and Cultural Association, is a large recreational society within the Republic, founded in Florence in the 1920s. The organization is purely secular, and its goal is to help support recreational activities for the people, as well as to support the solidarity among the citizens of the Republic. Culture that was once only the purview of the elites, such as opera, plays, and classical music, are now available for the people to enjoy. Furthermore, the association supports book clubs, countryside vacations, and more through arrangements with local, provincial juntas and unions. Culture belongs to the masses. What do we want from the naval guys? Anti-air light attack. We'll do that. I don't care if they take a little longer. Having them stronger, I think, would be good. The Indian Civil War resumes. Well, I don't know what we'll do there. Kingdom of Spain's capitulated. Fall of Gibraltar. Oh no. Guys, help. Help. Ah, shit, the autosave just went through. Let's pour one out for our fallen comrade. Just now. Let's get improved machine tools. I also have negative coal, I'm realizing. I'm still not used to coal being a thing, I'll be honest. This is all very new to me, still. Germany defends East Asia. Well, not much left to defend now, is there? Okay, yeah, off the bat, they're not... I mean, I guess they're not doing terribly. Do I want to spare some more volunteers? The thing I worry about... These are terrible Marines, my god. The thing that I'm probably the most worried about is if we go down... we send too many troops out. If these guys get enough manpower to start the Risorgimento, which they don't have enough. Does Sardinia have enough? Sardinia has enough. Well, that's a bit of a problem. What about the two Sicilies? Do they have enough? They need... they do in theory. They just need to do the take the fight to them. Which, where is that? Okay, that's a military one. So that seems like it might be they either have done that or they haven't. We can't really tell. I'm not going to hop over and look. Delhi has a new master. Yeah, shit. What did Nepal end up doing? Oh, they went socialist. Okay. Mozambique and Bush War. Oh, but they think it's worth it. Okay, Serbia's really been not doing much. Romania's really the MVP of this war. We don't see why the revolution is in the hands of only half the population. We are anarchists, but we are also women, and we want to make our revolution. Not because have men make it for us. We don't want a struggle designed to fit the male, because we'll all be screwed. As always, we want to make sure that we can claim our part in the share out. We want to make it clear that just now we're beside ourselves of joy, and it would be a mistake to keep us at home knitting. We want to die. Same. But we want to die like men, not like servants. So said Ada Prospero at the annual Congress of the Unione Donne Italiane, the largest women's organization in the Republic. The union's goal is dedicated to women's emancipation and liberation. Ada Prospero in particular supports the creation of female combat units to fight for the unification of Italy. Well, we'll see, won't we? Alright, send you guys in there. You guys hang tight in there. What do we have here? Mod production lines, get a bonus of construction speed, which would be good. So many research the anti-tank. How are the American guys doing? Let's finish. We could do trains. Trains are tempting. Let's get the military factory and these bonuses as well. As both enemy land and air vehicles are more heavily armored, a new larger gun is necessary to punch through them fine. A new 90mm caliber one will do the job just fine. Those... Look at China's sending volunteers now. Look at that. What homies. We could get working on this now. It's actually pretty reasonably priced right now. Should I, though? That's the question. Support companies. We could do recon. Recon companies would be good to throw on there. Maintenance companies as well for our tanks when we get them pumped out, really. Look at recon company 1s. Deterni. These are our artillery guys. Okay. Attack and air attack. Production gain efficiency. Let's focus on breakthrough. Primarily. And then we can do some new doctrines. Naval. Let's do trade interdiction. infantry. We can get infantry going as well. That's going to be big. Yeah, Great War Infantry. Oh, I don't want to do just Great War Infantry. Hold on. It's probably a bad idea to start modifying those now. You fall back over the river. I don't trust that they're not going to get their butts kicked. Huh, okay. There we go. And how are we doing over in America? Not bad. Not necessarily good, but not bad. We got these guys encircled, so we can crush them out. Make some good gains in Virginia as a whole. Meanwhile, yeah, the military administration just is not doing too hot in general. We got special forces, which is still the same old we got. I'm not gonna waste any army XP on that. I want to wait till we get... I think if we get this, do assault infantry, then the rest... We can do the rest of our focuses from there. And then we'll go ahead, crush these guys. Could try to push against these guys as well. Yeah, there we go. Nicaragua's declared war on Honduras. There we go. Alright. You guys can push into here. Make the feds feel it. They're already feeling it quite badly. So our next struggle is probably going to be against the People's Government and Mr. Long. Mexico's joined the Entente. That's interesting. I guess authoritarian Democrats are always going to betray the revolution. Good to know. Let's see if we can't do an encirclement of these guys over here. Take over Richmond. And then... these guys, and then we have the medium airframes. Basic close air support. We don't really have much air XP, do we? Basic close air. Close air support. Do some bomb locks. Electronics, radio navigation. We have bomb locks. We have bomb locks. We can do a small bomb bay. Let's not do those, actually. Schmodiums. I don't want to do that. Electronics. Do bomb sites. Let's do that. Use thrust for these missions. Yeah, I won't. I don't have that then. I won't mess around with that much. I could do naval bombers. Basic close air support, interwar small airframes. Let's do some basic naval bombers. Get Fiat working on those. Meanwhile, should probably get that extra research slot. Yeah, let's expand Turin Polytechnic Institute. With Milan and foreign hands, Turin has been the base of operations for scientists and engineers in the last decades. Its livelihood of the Republic depends on them. We shall grant them whatever support they may need. There we go. Through the last few weeks, a sense of dedication to the revolution seems to descend upon Italian society. We're not sure how exactly this has happened, but in spite of localized bouts of anti-bureaucratic sentiments, this has clearly caused the general rise of support for the institutions of the Socialist Republic. As Italy wakens to a new morning, many of the country are more than willing to do their utmost to secure justice and freedom, and they know that it can only be achieved through us. What remains unanswered, however, is how this public sentiment is going to go down the political arena. Also, unions have built the revolution. I think in the meanwhile, I'm going to launch some protest strikes. Lose a little bit of war support. Get this guy back in, and now we can get working towards... Let's swap one of these out. And it's probably time to do partial mobilization. Probably get up to extensive conscription as well. But we'll have to get to the latter next time, because I gotta leave things there. Thank you as always for watching, my friends. I'd like to see you like. If not, feel free to dislike. Leaving comments or feedback down in the comment section below. I read all the comments again, and I do appreciate any feedback you might have for me. Check out my various links down in the description box below. Leaving comments or feedback down there as well. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to leave things there. Thanks always for watching. My name has been Mr. Jackboot333, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.